I'm Peter ter Weeme. I'm the Chief Social Purpose Officer and VP Player Experience at BCLC. Now, briefly, I am the youngest of 3 kids whose parents emigrated from the Netherlands to Canada in the 1950s. And both my parents were eager to make contributions to their chosen country, and they installed a real spirit of community involvement and the importance of giving back for as long as I can remember. And as a primary and a secondary school student, it wasn't lost on me. I took part in all kinds of clubs and activities and various community initiatives. Before products from South Africa were banned, I used to read labels just to ensure that I wasn't buying products from a country with egregious racist policies. And reading those labels also resulted in me questioning many of the unpronounceable ingredients in foods. And as a result, from that point forward, I started to eat more organic and as much whole foods as possible. And in 1993, when I decided to do an MBA in the Netherlands, I brought these values to my studies. And I completed an MBA, but I chose to specialize in environmental management. Now, most of my peers took a more classic MBA specialization, and they joked that they thought that my career focus was, quote, career limiting. But I saw the writing on the wall then, and that really environmental and social issues had to become a part of business practices if the planet was going to survive. And I'll admit it was a bit lonely in those early years after graduation as I combined communications, marketing, business, and social and environmental issues into my work. Now, the Milton Friedman idea of the supremacy of the shareholder mindset instead of more contemporary stakeholder capitalism model still reigned supreme back then. It's been a long and circuitous route, but positive change is starting to happen in terms of all kinds of public expectations. And it was while doing my MBA that I decided to place a clear purpose at the center of my career. And my purpose has served as an important role in guiding me in the myriad choices and decisions that I've made since then. For millennia, humans have sought to answer the meaning of life. And they've turned to everything from religion and philosophy to psychedelic drugs and consumerism to find it. It's a complex topic. But having a personal purpose does bring meaning to life. In the corporate world, purpose seeks to answer the question, we exist to. And we can apply a similar lens on a personal level. A personal purpose helps define who you are. It reflects your passions and values. It provides clarity as you set goals. Your sense of purpose steers you how you want the story of your life to go. In other words, it answers, what will my legacy be? Now, as an extrovert who has reflected on these themes, what emerged for me was, my purpose is to create community and confidence amongst those seeking to address social and environmental challenges. And 2 principles have always guided me to achieve that purpose. And those are curiosity and generosity. Curiosity means asking lots of questions and really trying to understand the worldview that I'm engaging. And generosity means sharing my knowledge and my networks, paying it forward, and not expecting something in return. In terms of creating community and confidence, a key lever of my approach has been intentionally building a large network and then connecting the people within it who have shared interests or objectives, and particularly those who are trying to make the world a better place. I've done that as a volunteer with organizations like Canadian Business for Social Responsibility, the Van City Community Foundation, and the Social Purpose Institute. And I've done that as a consultant to organizations like the Forest Stewardship Council, Greenpeace, and Doctors Without Borders. I did that by making the unbelievable decision to pick up and move with my then husband/business partner to India and work with Indian corporations and nonprofits from 2011 to 16 on various environmental and social initiatives. And I've done that as an executive with 2 significant BC enterprises, BCLC and MEC. Now, I don't share these examples out of arrogance or self-aggrandizement, but they're simply examples of how my personal purpose has guided my priorities. And I can say with all honesty that I've led an interesting, adventurous, and satisfying life. I really have very few regrets. And I know that my purpose has played a large role in that. As Viktor Frankl, who was a Holocaust survivor and the author of Man's Search for Meaning, said, and pardon the outdated language, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one attitudes in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Find your personal purpose, and you'll help protect that freedom. Thank you.